Hey guys, and welcome to another contemporary double review. So if you guys don't know about this, I basically posted a video about my top 15 most anticipated contemporaries, and I decided that I will make a mini review of every single one of these books. So I will be reading all 15 books this year, and just to minimize the effort, I decided to put 2 books in one video. And for this video, I have 2 books, one that I really loved and one that I was about. The first is The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith, and the second is Don't Look Back by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So first off, I'd like to review The Geography of You and Me. So I kind of have a lot of things to say about this book. First of all, Jennifer E. Smith has written several contemporary books. This is her 3rd or 4th actually. The first one that I've read, I've only read 3 including this one. The first is the Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight, and the second is This Is What Happy Looks Like, and this is the 3rd, The Geography of You and Me. I'd first like to point out that I love the titles of every single one of her books. They're so original, they're long, they're a mouthful, but they're just memorable. And second of all, I really like this cover, and I love the synopsis, which is why I featured it in my video. Last summer, he met a girl in an elevator, and she'd been on his mind ever since. So Owen and Lucy live in the same apartment in Manhattan, apartment complex or whatever, building in Manhattan, and they get on the same elevator, but then there was a blackout for a couple of hours, so they end up staying in an elevator for a couple of hours, and that's when they get to know each other. And as soon as they get rescued out of the elevator, they just go out and look around and just see how different Manhattan and people in the world are without electricity. And it's kind of terrifying, but at the same time, it sounded a lot of fun. And then what happens is that after that day, Lucy has to move across the Atlantic Ocean to I think somewhere in the UK, while Owen's dad is going road tripping trying to find a job. So this is sort of like a preview of just the first couple of pages of the book, and it's in the synopsis actually. Now, getting into the story, I personally found the whole reason why I really like this book is the whole 24-hour setting at the beginning. But it was done really quickly. I really wanted more time of them in the elevator and finding out more about them in the elevator, as well as I really wanted more sightseeing and just, you know, enjoying Manhattan without its lights and traffic and noise, and just seeing how people are in this situation. It was briefly mentioned, I have to point out, like a couple of pages, but I just wanted more. It sounded like a lot of fun, and I felt that the author kind of rushed over that just to get to the meat of the novel, which is what I had a problem with actually. So what I also found a bit annoying is that they've only known each other for less than 24 hours, and a lot of that time was of them actually unconscious, i.e. sleeping. But they were obsessing over each other throughout the whole book. So Lucy goes to the UK, starts a new life, actually gets a boyfriend, and the same thing with Owen, goes into this town and they end up staying for a while, gets a girlfriend, but the whole time they were thinking about each other, and it reached a point where I'm like, this is not normal. Yes, you can get infatuated by someone, or like you might get interested by that someone, and then that day you end up spending together was really enjoyable and you just wanted more, but you never had the chance to explore it better or more and spend more time. So I would get it if the first month or 2 they're on each other's minds, but it was like 1 year and they're still obsessed about each other, and I just found that very unrealistic. Am I being a cynic? I don't know, but I just think it's kind of unrealistic if you meet someone for less than a day and then you end up obsessed with them, and just every day she would think about him and vice versa, and it just got kind of ridiculous. And also, one thing I'd like to point out is that I never fully ever enjoyed Jennifer E. Smith's books. This Is What Happy Looks Like, I gave it 3 stars, and The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight, I gave it 4 stars, but I feel like her books are missing something that makes me enjoy contemporary books so much. And it might be something within me. I mean, I know a lot of people who love her books, but I just never fully enjoy them, and I feel like a lot of her books are full-on inner monologues, and they're not interesting. I've read books that are fully inner monologues. The Sea Tranquility has a lot of inner monologues, and I've reread that book more than once from start to finish without skipping a single line, and I seem to be okay with that. But for these, the inner monologues seem very uninteresting. Like, I'm just trying to... it's stalling the actual plot progression. And I don't know, I feel like there's not a lot of development in terms of character depth and character arc. I don't know, I gave it 3.5 stars, don't get me wrong. It was enjoyable, but I can't lie and say that I didn't skim through some paragraphs of inner monologue that I just found unbearable. I did. And I don't know if I will be requesting any more of her books, because I feel like this is kind of how it's always going to be, because I've given her 3 different chances, and maybe it's just because me and her books just don't mesh well. I don't know. But 3.5 stars. I know a lot of people that enjoyed this book, so if you like the sound of it, if you don't mind the whole obsession with each other thing, then definitely give this a try. The next book is Don't Look Back by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and this book was amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I really, 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 really loved this book. It was so addicting. I could not put it down, and you guys know I'm a sucker for mysteries if they're done right, and this one was done so right. And this is Jennifer L. Armentrout. I had no doubt, but still, she's never written a YA contemporary with the murder mystery. Her books are usually Paranormal, Covenant, Deluxe, and then her other NA contemporaries, and I've read like at least 10 of them. So this one, I had high hopes for it, but at the same time I was kind of wary, and it was so good. And this deals with 2 things that are my favorites, memory loss and mystery, and she does them so well. So this book starts off with Sam being found after her and her friend went missing, and she doesn't remember a single thing, doesn't remember her name, doesn't even remember how she used to be before she was kidnapped. So her personality was basically erased, her memory was erased, and everyone's trying to figure out where she went with her friend, if her friend's dead already, or if she's not, or if she actually killed her friend, because she's a suspect. So it just starts then, and Sam gets taken home. Apparently she comes from a very, very rich family. So Sam is basically flung into this whole new world that she does not know anything about, and she finds out that she used to be a mean girl, which is something that she can't comprehend because she doesn't understand why she would even be a mean girl. And there's also this other guy that his dad works for their family, and his name is Carson Ortiz, and apparently she used to really lay it on him in terms of like making fun of him, making fun of how poor he is and all that stuff. But of course, there is something there. I really enjoyed the romance in this book. It was done really, really well, and at the same time I loved the mystery. So Sam is trying to figure out what the hell happened, and every time she's trying to get closer, a bit closer to the big mystery, she receives these threatening notes telling her to stop looking and all that, and it's done in the creepiest way. I just couldn't even read it in the middle of the night. It was that scary. And I just really liked Sam. I really liked how Carson was very supportive of her, even though of the way she treated him before the whole thing. And I just really loved how she completely changed from who she used to be, and it was really nice to see her relationship with Carson as well as her relationship with her brother, and just how she's trying to mend the relationships she's ruined while she was on the rise of becoming the meanest of the mean girls. There's a huge plot twist here. Actually, there's several plot twists, several creepy plot twists, and the big plot twist. I can't... Okay, I've said plot twist too many times. So the plot twists, they're done really well. I just thinking about the ending and what happened there and how she got to be wherever she is now is just crazy. I really applaud JLA for writing such a fantastic mystery and just making it into this really intricate and complicated plot, but at the same time it wasn't like unbelievable, it is believable. So I just really, really liked it. For me, mysteries, they can't be short, they need to be long. There needs to be a lot of development in the mystery, so it can't be one time she's trying to figure out who and the next time she figured it out. It has to be a gradual thing. and combining memory loss to the mystery. I've read a lot of memory loss mystery books, and this is one of the really, really good ones. So I definitely recommend you guys reading Don't Look Back by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's a contemporary that I would definitely be recommending it to a ton of people, including all of you. So I ended up giving this 5 out of 5 stars. I love the main protagonist. Her voice was very likable. Her character was very likable, even though you knew how bad and mean she was before. And I just loved the mystery and the way it was handled, and the big revelation and the ending, and how it was done really well and nothing was rushed. So definitely recommend it to all of you guys. So these are the 2 books I reviewed for you guys in this video. So far I think I've reviewed 6 out of the 15, and I still have a couple that I'm planning on reviewing. Actually, this was not on my top 15 contemporaries of 2014, but I just thought I should definitely review that one because it's so good, and how could I miss that? And I don't want you guys to miss it. So I guess I'll be reviewing some other contemporaries that weren't on my list. But yes, these 2, definitely check them out if they interest you based on my review, and have a nice day. Bye guys!